Alright, this is a super quick test. I messed with a couple settings and I'm curious to know how this affects. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Okay. So that works exactly how I thought it would. So I had an obsolete thing in my OBS. It didn't really mean anything. It didn't really do anything, but it's good to know that I don't even need it. So I'll be back. They're still messing around with the lobby, circle jerking around. So I'll be back once they actually start. Don't you worry, boys. All right. Let's get this mother effing show on the road. Um, Here we are. Participation Trophy Racing League, PTRL for short. Week 7? Is this week 7 now? I think it is. Week 7. We are at Spa Francorchamps. And I, your host, your commentator, your forever loving entertainer, your jester for this night, for this evening. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Um, God, dude, I am like on 0% brain power right now. What am I thinking of? Okay, um, once one of these cars, I see a McLaren getting ready to leave the pit, but as soon as people start hopping onto their hot laps, I will, I think I need to turn the game down a smidge. Hold on, bear with me one quick second. I hope this is good. You know what? There we go. That should be good. But um, yeah, so these people just getting out on their outlaps. Let us take a quick look at these driver standings. So currently we have Turbo Chicken. Who is he in? He did make it in. He said it was uh, a little. He was in a bit of a precarious situation. He didn't have power, I think is what he said for a bit of today and all of yesterday. He wasn't sure he'd have power for the race, but here he is, ready to continue extending his lead in the Driver World Championship. He is what, 25 points ahead of second place Tickle Pickle. Tickle Pickle, is he in here as well? Yes, there he is. And then we have Giant Stick in the Mercedes, not too far behind. Yeah, 1 point behind Pickle Tickle. So, you know, really what it comes down to is just Turbo Chicken. He doesn't even have to do anything too crazy. As who was on their hot lap? Oh, I already forgot. There's so much congestion at the moment, but it looks like whoever this Williams is should be getting ready to do their hot lap. I think there were some people already ahead of him, but this is who I have landed on, and so this is who I shall watch. I don't recognize the name, so he may be a reserve driver for this race. Um, but yeah, so let me now move on to the quick constructor standings. The Kick Saubers of the Berkey and whoever Smiley Face is, I don't recognize that. Those two, not necessarily the ones who put Sauber into first place of the constructors, but they have inherited those points. Hey, yo, what's up? Bro, what do you mean? What are you doing up at 5 a.m.? Doing that? Man, you know what? I don't even mind it. You're here watching my stream. You're here to watch my commentating. You know what? I respect it. Stay up as long as you need to finish watching this race. This is Participation Trophy Racing League, PTRL. This league is the one league that has chosen to pay me to yap, talk, and commentate over their racing. Where is he at? Where is he at? Is he not racing? Oh, Sparkashira in the Ferrari is the admin, the league owner that invited me over from a different league and offered to pay me money. He pays me 15 big bucks, 15 smackaroos, 15 mackerels, 15 dollarinos. So thank you so much. He funds my girlfriend's coffee and lunch for Tuesday. So, thank you so very much for that. That means I get to save a little bit of money. The Alpine, or the Williams of EV, has now used up every bit of his ERS. There's a maximum that you can use on a hot lap, and, he has now maxed out. He is going to be losing out on a significant amount of time here at the very end. So, not very well managed, but let's see what he crosses with, a 143. That is unfortunately pretty slow. Same thing with Mikey Tony. Mikey Tony has used up all of his battery. He has overused his battery. What will he get? Even slower. Coming across behind him looks to be a V-Carb who is Turbo Chicken. Much better of a lap. Heard that there were bounties being tossed around for the race. Bounties? Oh my god. Now, are we talking bounties as in, hey, I'm putting money on that you win, I'm putting money on that you win? Or are we talking about we might see some carnage, some intentional head hunting? Is that what you are telling me? Let's see. Who else is on a hot lap? We have Stag GT on a hot lap as well. Um, yeah, some of these times, Berkey. There we go. Berkey, one of the fastest people on this grid. Uh, Sitting pole currently after one lap in qualifying. Stag GT lucky to keep it under control there. Not an ideal hot lap, it seems like, but hoping to. Oh my God, who is this? Who is this Haas? He's filling in. He is a reserve driver filling in, and he is immediately a second faster than Primitive 29, who also then just beat Berkey and Turbo Chicken. Incredible speed. We have a newcomer. We have a hot rookie in this league driving as a reserve driver. Um, I don't know. We'll have to see how this shakes up because to have somebody that much faster is absurd. To be unsigned. Maybe he just recently joined the league. I don't know. Everybody has now finished putting in a lap aside from a Giant Stick and Stag GT. Stag GT coming out. No, going into the pit currently, I think. Coming out, going in. I'm not sure. Let's see. Who is... There we go. Spark Ashira on another hot lap, it seems like. White Shadow, do I know you, man? Are you from this league? Are you a fan of mine? Are you a fan of PTRL? Or are you just stopping by? I assume you're not stopping by, considering you know, you're talking about bounties being thrown around. So you have to at least be in the race paddock for PTRL. But, okay, it seems to be either an in-lap or a second go. No, he's low on fuel. He is definitely going into the pits. You're taking time off. Interesting. Currently moving. Hey, that may be me. That hopefully will be me somewhat soon. Around April, mid-April is when my current lease ends, and I would, you know, currently I am an hour away from work, so that hour commute there and back, so 1 hour there, 1 hour back, is after about a year and some is really not great. It is not ideal. It is far from ideal. It sucks ball sack. So hoping to find a decent deal on an apartment in the actual town that I work in. That way I can avoid the 1 hour commute one way, the 2 hour total every single day. So hopefully before April, ideally like late March, I am in the process of moving into a new apartment. And honestly, most of my items could just go like step by step, you know? Just kind of, I'll take a little bit on my way to work. After work, just drop it off at the new apartment, that kind of thing, you know? So it shouldn't be too big of like stockpiling everything into my car and then unloading everything all at once when I get there, you know? I'd rather avoid that. So, yeah, hoping to move soon. So that's pretty cool for you to be moving. Hopefully uh, a little interesting there from Kick Sauber to be on the racing line, just kind of sitting there, but it's fine, not too big of a deal. Um, but yeah, hopefully it's a happy move, right? Like it's a move and you're excited about it. Will we see maybe another car slowing Giant Stick down? It seems like that may not be the case, but I don't know if the car ahead of him is on a hot lap. Nope, he has moved off. He has given way to the Mercedes of a Giant Stick. Giant Stick, shout out to him, man. He has volunteered his time, volunteered his efforts, and his experience as a steward to be a steward for the league that I help run, Black Flag Racing, BFR. So thank you so much to Giant Stick. That is really cool of you, man. You're already being put to work as we just had a race yesterday at Hungary, and quite a few people DNFing, quite a few incidents. So, you know, I know he's already putting in a little bit of work for that. But we have built a team of 3 stewards around him, around each other, to lessen the load for any one individual steward. Now, what will a giant stick come across the line with, as it looks to be a 143, putting him into 6th place? Not too shabby. Let us now watch this Zezen guy, who is on his outlap. I'm impressed with his time. I can't touch that kind of a time, so he is, not to say I'm fast, because I'm really not. I'm pretty average. I'm mediocre. Some of my best time trial times are maybe top 12%, top 10%. So, it's always awesome to see somebody who is very fast, significantly faster than myself, just to maybe see how's it go? How the other people live. How the other side of town live. um, how the other demographic experiences life, much different to my own. So coming into the very slow chicane right before the start line to initiate his second hot lap with 7 minutes left in qualifying. He should not have too much traffic. If anything, he just has a Sauber in front of him, who may or may not be on an outlap. It is not Berkey, so it is the smiley face. So I don't know. I think that Sauber in front of him is on a hot lap as he rounds through Eau Rouge, a very fast uphill part. He is catching up very quickly, and the Sauber is on no DRS usage. So either he's managing his ERS through this slow section to later use it on the straights, or he is not on a hot lap. A little hard to tell at the moment. But we do see Zezen actually kind of creeping up on him. So this might get interesting if he is that much faster than the Sauber ahead. If the Sauber chooses to maybe give way to him. I mean, so far, this has looked like a very effortless lap from the Haas of FDT Zezen. Um, let's see, once he crosses through the Sector 2, we can see the split and judge. He has gained 3/10. If he continues to gain time, I mean, he's looking at a potential 141 flat. Um, I mean, improving on what is already a very fast and impressive lap. Here, he is harvesting. He has used up all of his ERS, which, up until this point, may not really be necessary anymore. Will he improve by more than 3/10? Oh my god, he has hit a 141.1. Still 4/10 faster than Hashira, who I think has just improved. Yes, he had just improved on his lap, only to then be outdone once again. I mean, very, very fast from Zezen. We will hope. I mean, I don't really so much believe in jinxes. How can something so unintangible, something so intangible, yes, um, have such a big influence on things? I think it is just what's it called? It's either the heuristic bias or the recency bias. No, that's not it. Availability bias. I think it's one of those statistical biases where you remember the ones that came true. You remember the ones that fit the example. You never remember the ones that didn't. So fully expecting to see Zezen fight for a fight actually a lot in the following race. He has decided to park himself here, just for funsies. He's taking a quick little nap. He's a little sleepy deepy. Hit him with a little if you know what I am saying. Um, yeah, I don't think Zezen is too worried about that. I just don't know how the league will handle whatever this is going on. Wait, he's been disqualified. Does that mean he will not? He's not getting his pole. He's not starting on pole anymore. We now see my sugar daddy, Spark Hashira. The man, the myth, the legend. He is so rich that he just chooses to pay me to commentate for this league. What a legend. What an absolute stud. Let us see. Let us see. Are you on a hot lap? Maybe? It's a little hard to tell. I think he may be. This is Stag GT. Oh man. With what is one of the slowest slowest laps. Sorry, I thought I saw a name that I raced with on Sunday in a different league. I don't think that's the same. No, it's a different guy. Zezin Crazy, bro. He did that on purpose. Trust. Top 3 fastest guys I've seen. He's doing it to make a statement. Well, he's a bum. Why? I don't care if it's for a statement. Why would you do that? Oh, I'm just so much faster than everybody. I want to start from the back. What kind of shithousery is this? I mean, hey, more power to him if he feels like doing that, but like that's just I don't know. I think that's just showboating at that point and just really unnecessary. But hey, is he fast? Yes, that is undeniable. Is he a little loose in the head? Very likely. But hey, who am I to say? Who am I to talk about being loose in the head? As I am very, very loose in the head. But that is okay. I admit it. I know my weaknesses. I know my strengths. There aren't many, but there are a couple strengths. I am interested to see if anybody else from this top flight improve at all, or if we get a sneaky cut from one of the middle of the pack or one of the current slowest cars to gain a lot of positions in this qualifying. Now, Spa, I won't say is difficult to overtake on, but it can be very setup dependent. If you do not have high top speed for these straights and high acceleration, you will very much struggle catching up to anybody and everybody. There's only so much time that you can make up through the corners. A vast majority of this track is straight line speed, or very close to straight line speed. Very, very high speeds. You want to be able to go as fast as possible through the straight sections. That will make your time overtaking much easier, as well as battery management. You want to try to save that battery all for the straights, or the exits onto the straights to reach your top speed even sooner. So we see the Sauber smiley face retiring with an 8th place. Plenty of time though for people slower than him currently to leapfrog him and start from a better position for the race. I will be very interested, so I need to take a quick step. I need to go get something to drink to make sure that I do not start hacking up a lung mid commentary. That would be very bad. Let me tell you what. Your lungs are kind of meant to be on the inside of your body, not on the outside. So, ooh, we might have an issue actually. I don't think. Oh, I do have something to drink. I forgot to refill my Brita, but there was a little bit in there. But I did have some soda laying around. Oof. I've already drank quite a bit of soda today, but hey, gotta make do with what you got. That's what my mom always said. I lie. She never said that. She doesn't speak English. Anyways, uh, I'm interested. I say but you don't know. You have no idea what's going on in my head. I don't know what's going on in my head. So what I'm trying to say is, I do wonder what I will come back to. So we still have Sparkashira in pole position, Turbo Chicken in 2nd, Berkey in 4th, and then a Giant Stick in 5th. Ghislaine Maxwell must be another reserve, as I also do not recognize that name. It really doesn't look like anybody has improved at all. Will we see Turbo Chicken improve? I think we may. He improves by almost a 10th, still in 2nd place. Who's this goofy commentator? Hey, everybody, it's the PP boy. You know what? They don't need to know. All they need to know is that you are the PP boy. Sparkashira on a hot lap. Can he? I mean, not that it really matters that if he improves or not, but can he improve on what is already a pretty good lap, pole position lap? D Mummy. How many more people could be on their hot laps? I doubt. No, Primitive Chicken is not. Giant Stick. I think, yeah, he's not improving. He's just gonna cross the line. Maxwell is probably the same dude as Lyndon B. Suckin' My Johnson. I remember that name now. I hadn't noticed. Where has been Lyndon B. Suckin' My Johnson? Ghislaine Maxwell, is that a name that I'm supposed to recognize? Is that like a funny reference? I don't know, man. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same guy. I would not be surprised. Somebody with the legendary name of Lyndon B. Suckin' on My Johnson. He's got to be. He's creative with the names. I don't know nothing. Shawarma. You peed your own bed. You peed on your cat. That's like animal abuse, is it not? Do we need to contact somebody to get those cats taken away from you? You literally stood over your cat and said, psst, 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 come here, and, fully released your bodily fluids. Epstein's partner was Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, so my bad, Shawarma, for not knowing about pedophiles. Are you very knowledgeable about pedophiles? Do you have a favorite one? Come on, Shawarma, what's your favorite pedophile, real quick? I like to know. I think the world would like to know, actually, as we are now done with qualifying. Sparkashira taking pole, even though Zazin choosing to disqualify himself for some reason. Whatever the case may be, Sparkashira for Ferrari, my sugar daddy, in first pole qualifying position, 2.5 tenths faster than Berkey, Turbo Chicken in third, Primitive in fourth, and then a giant stick in fifth. Um, all right, we're just gonna let Shawarma talk to a wall. He's very good at talking to nobody, just kind of talking to himself, if anything, just like words are spewing out and then immediately rebounding off the wall in front of him and just, feeding back into his head. And he thinks he's like making some kind of, point. He's like talking or something in some significant fashion. And there he is, just wasting his own breath on nothing and nobody. Oh, man. All right. Everybody setting up their strategies, modifying their tire pressures if that's what they're into. And so that gives us a chance to just kind of stare into each other's eyes very alluringly. I know Schwarm never heard that word. It's too big for his third grade vocabulary. Alluring is alluring is like enticing. If you've heard that one, it's interesting to you. It draws you in. Oh, I'm so stupid. I never even noticed. Thanks, Mr. Des. See, Shawarma, take notes, man. Whenever Des says something, it's not like useless to the world. You get that, man? You see what I'm saying? No, not to glaze Des, but um, at least he doesn't spew vomit out of his mouth. Oh man, you guys are wallin'. You guys are wallin'. All right, let me go ahead and change the battery on my mouse. It's flashing low battery. Bro, Shawarma is just throwing a tantrum in this chat right now, man. Do I need to put the child in timeout? He's still very mad about something. I forgot what he was ranting about in the Discord. I don't know. He was talking about something. Oh man. Maybe Shawarma's parents are away for like a week or something and he's just had no socialization with anybody. So, you know, he's just really hunting for some sort of attention, some sort of social interaction with anybody and everybody. He never. You know what? I'm just gonna move on. Let's let Shawarma just like let's just let let's just let Shawarma sit in his wet, smelly bed and just contemplate what life decisions led up to this moment. Oh man, are we ever gonna get started with this race? I need something to talk about other than whatever Shawarma does in his free time. Oh man, this has been a solid what, like 4 minutes of just sitting here. I mean, how much can we be waiting for? I mean, if I pull up this Discord, are they like, what's going on here? Oh, they're waiting on the moderators. No, shawarma. I don't really want any. No, I like people waiting, but this has been more than enough time. Deuces is now out of the session. This has become an egregious amount of time to wait. Oh, there we go. Finally, nice little formation lap. I'm, dude. Okay, as fast as you might be, what is the point of forcing yourself to start from the back? It really sounds more like a cover up to me. Let me lower this down for myself so I can hear myself a little better. Um, see, I don't know. I really don't get it, but hey, all the power to him. He does whatever he wants. Free will, and whatever else. Over time, I try to read as much as goes on in the race paddock and the Discord, for every league that I commentate, that I race in and whatever. Some people just, some Discords are just super vibrant. There's just messages going back and forth. Excuse me, back and forth. So there's a little too much for me to, keep, you know, sorted, organized in my head. Especially whenever you're as mentally slow as I am, you struggle a little bit. So Chronico, I think he does a lot of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I forgot what he said he works in, or he's done a lot of meteorology, I think is what he said. Um, and so, yeah, I mean, my point being, over time, I think it's cool to get a bit of a familiarity with these leagues and finally start to kind of separate them and sort them in my head. Um, this league, I will say, from what it seems like this league is pretty close together. Like the grid, all the racers are probably pretty close together in age, and so they're all there's just so much banter. There's so much chemistry between them. They're before the race, they're all chatting away, sitting in the Discord, and then after the race, they all come together and they just they're just going back and forth with each other. There's a lot of chemistry. There's a lot of good vibes between everybody. So it's pretty cool to see that. Um, I'd say it rivals the league that I run, but there's a wide range of ages for us. So uh, it's a little bit of a different chemistry. So soon enough, here as the grid reforms, we will be starting the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa for the Participation Trophy Racing League. Let me move back to some of the racers at the back to capture a little bit of a better angle. Um, let's see, Sparkashira getting a good start off. Will be claiming the corner. Will we keep a clean turn one? Mostly. Very, very nice. Oh, I lied. There is damage at the very back of the grid. What could possibly have happened back here? There is an AI, possibly. I don't know if Deuces has made his way back in. As we see the Berkey and Sparkashira possibly getting into a tangle. Berkey now ahead of Sparkashira. Um, not even able to fight and stay alongside into this slower section of the track. So pretty much cemented in these positions, barring any sort of mistake. I would be surprised if everybody in the Discord has a job, considering how active a lot of these people are in the Discord. But we now see the Berkey 15 ahead of Sparkashira and gaining time on him. Um, I mean, this is early. Before even halfway through lap one, for the Berkey to overtake Sparkashira. Is that a setup difference or is that a skill difference? Deuces has now rejoined, and he has rejoined in last place. Sparkashira needs to... Oh, going wide. What has happened to Sparkashira? He is officially out of that DRS range and will need a miracle to make it back within fighting distance to the Berkey. Yeah, what do I call the smiley face guy? Exactly. Do I just call him Happy Happy Gumdrops? Smiley face Magoo? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? That's a commentator's worst nightmare. There's no word. There's no word. Elite Ninja overtaken the Mummy. Zezen already up 7 spots. Let's take a quick peek. Let's take a quick peek. Since the top won't really be fighting much right now. Zezen making his way up into 12th. Smiley Gooner. Okay, Shawarma, you need to be in timeout, pal. You're misbehaving. He has Smiley Face in front of him. Going into Eau Rouge. Not really, Eau Rouge, trying to make a move into Eau Rouge, suicidal. Let me tell you what, if you try to do that, you are beyond stupid. Will we see him overtake Smiley Face here? Nope. Content to stay behind him for now. I don't really want to sit too much on Zezen, but I am very interested to see in how he manages to make up ground this early in the race, as he is making a move on a Smiley Face, getting a better launch and exit into this slow winding right that then goes downhill into a very fast section. Still fighting alongside, has taken the outside, and has completed a move on Smiley Face, now with Big Baby ahead. Turbo Chicken has overtaken Sparkashira. Sparkashira falling down the positions as it stands in this very, very long DRS train. The Berkey extremely happy to have garnered, what is that, 2 8/10, almost 3 seconds of a distance between him and Turbo Chicken behind. He's driving in perfectly clean air. All he has to do is maintain a strong, healthy race pace, and he's doing himself massive favors. Yeah, we are seeing a very tight, very... Ooh, Primitive maybe making a move on Sparkashira as he has taken the outside, going side by side into the chicane. He's gonna have a much harder exit than Sparkashira, who will have the outside, and so struggling and dropping a couple of positions as the Giant Stick has made his way into 4th place. Will we see any kind of shenanigans through the slow turn 1? No, we will not. Very clean, as we now have a Giant Stick very close to Sparkashira, who is now very far behind Turbo Chicken. I mean, some of this has to be setup difference. Ooh, Primitive now. Oh, Primitive now. Maybe trying to inch his way through. He is now side by side. Going off track, maybe not enough room left, but so far no contact. There is contact, as we have Primitive and a Williams of the Natural spinning and both going off track for second. We now have a very big separation between the field near the top. Ghislaine, Maxwell, and a Giant Stick, 2 very close, and then Smiley Face very close to EV. A couple racers having gained quite a few positions already. Let's see if I can pull up. Let's have the telemetry. Position changes. So we have Zezen 7 positions up. Primitive 5 positions down. And on the flip side, we have EV 5 positions gained. 7 to 8. Yep. Zezen is fighting with Pickle Tickle at the moment. So what are these tires? Everybody except for D-Mummy and Mikey Tony starting on the mediums. Probably what I would do. Again, I'm no expert. I'm not insanely fast. Just kind of what I would expect starting on spot. We do have Ghislaine actually almost out of DRS or battery ERS already. Really trying to keep it close with Giant Stick and stay within that DRS, which can be very powerful. As Zezen has now made his way into the top 10. He has over a second to make up on Boolia Caesar up ahead of him. He's going to have the detection zone coming up very soon. He has had a very good entry and exit through turn 1. Making up an insane amount of time on Boolia Caesar ahead of him. He definitely has much lower wings as he has so much speed in comparison to Boolia Caesar ahead. Berkey fell down the whole grid and you didn't notice? Oh, the Berkey has fallen down. You can't even type his name. Berkey now in 18th place, less of a competition for Sparkashira and Turbo Chicken. Very unfortunate to see. I didn't even notice. There is so much going on through the early stages of this race. Zezin, not quite fast enough to get ahead of Bully Caesar through this section, but maybe if he can get very good exits out of these next couple of turns, he can force his way up ahead to then fight with Primitive and eventually maybe Smiley Face. Turbo Chicken now not keeping pace fast enough, or maybe just fast enough to keep Sparkashira out of DRS. He will have quite a few more turns left to go to keep him in his rearview mirror. Um, Zezin still very close, very tight behind Bully Caesar. His advantage currently, Zezin's advantage, is that there is traffic up ahead for Bully Caesar, Primitive, and Smiley Face with the natural, the head of that DRS train. So right now, if he can pick his spots, pick his window of opportunity to make a move, he can make it very cleanly and kind of continue to bully his way up. As it seems like, yes, Smiley Face has lost some sort of control and has now lost positions. Zezin making up 2 positions in very quick succession, now in 8th. I mean, you know, is it a little bit of ego? Is it a little bit of confidence in his own ability to, you know, try to at least make this entertaining for himself? He has now made it from 20th into 8th place. I would be hesitant to even, you know, say he does continue moving his way up and finishes top 5 even. I'd be, you know, my own bias would be against even giving him driver of the day, just because it kind of is like an ego thing. But hey, you know what? If he deserves it, he deserves it. Whether or not it's maybe a little bit of arrogance from his side. He is now trying to catch up to the Natural and EV. You know, so far, actually, the front runners are not too far ahead of the rest of the grid, as most everybody except for maybe the 2 people at the very back and that small group behind, everybody's pretty close together as it stands. Oh, excuse me. Berkey now up into 14th. He is making a lot of headway up through the back of the grid. Hopefully he can recover a little bit of positions from his earlier slip-up, is what we'll call it, since I don't have much more information. The Williams are the only teammates that are together. That is true. So, you know, if depending on how they're communicating and how they feel about this current situation that they find themselves in, you know, the Natural can just try to slow down Zezin and kind of protect their positions, but that's a short-term solution. Do they instead try to work together? And I don't know. They're kind of in a tough spot here. They have Zezin, who is very fast, right behind them, chasing them down. What can they really do? As Zezin now pushing in front of the Natural, coming out of turn 1. I mean, something about the way he is accelerating out of these turns is superior to the people in front of him. Something that he is doing different is significantly better, and there's no question about it. He is now in 6th place, moving up from 20th. Pickle Tickle now, Pickle Tickle and Smiley Face fighting. I don't understand it. He has to have essentially what, like 0-0 wings, because I doubt anybody else is running any kind of high wings. Like there's no way. You know, Spa, you want straight line speed. You want as little downforce as possible to really get up to your maximum top speed as soon as possible, and you know, have a higher ceiling of a max speed. Giant Stick keeping it, you know, trying to catch back up to Sparkashira ahead. Same thing with Sparkashira, trying to make up time on Turbo Chicken up ahead of him. Tough to see Berkey having slipped so far down, in 14th currently, but very close to D Mummy. He has pace. He knows he's faster. So really, it's just kind of biding your time, waiting for that right chance to strike. So see, I've been seeing the same thing, Shawarma. No battery and still massively outpacing the other cars. I mean, come on. Yeah, see, I can only imagine. So, maybe to get into a little bit of the physics again. I am no massive expert. Zezin now ahead of the natural. No, I think he was already ahead of him anyways, but now very, very close to Zezin. Now, we have seen Zezin really make up a lot of time immediately after turn 1, really beating people on straight line speed. So can he make up a ton of time here and possibly overtake EV with the help of some upcoming DRS? It looks very likely. I mean, he is just insanely fast on these straights. Yep, as easy as pie, he is now ahead. Well, going a little bit side. Oh, there's contact. Did he leave enough room? Very debatable. I have it on camera. Is that maybe a little bit of aggressive driving? Should EV have pulled out? I don't know. That is up to the stewards to decide. Everybody, make a mental note. If this incident is brought up, I have a better view of it. On the Williams went too deep. Yeah, most likely. But, you know, things under review can be interpreted differently. I didn't really see anything dirty. It's just, you know, whether or not something was a little overly aggressive maybe. But regardless, we have Haas, Zezin. Yeah, that is true. He kind of already was far ahead, significantly higher top speed. So, you know, how conservative should you be to preserve your race? In that case, Evie maybe should have decided to not fight as strong. Will we see a move by Ghislaine Maxwell up into the chicane? Nope. Choosing a little bit of safety instead of any sort of aggressive maneuver. We have Ghislaine and a Giant Stick and Sparkashira together, close together, as Turbo Chicken now has pulled out a second ahead of Sparkashira, who was at one point closing in on him just a little bit. But we now have a 4-car DRS train heading into Eau Rouge. I mean, this will all depend on straight line speed. And speaking of straight line speed, I mean, we have seen over and over again Zezin just have superior straight line speed. As we see Ghislaine Maxwell trying to stay ahead. And he has... Oh, this is tight. This is very tight. Very tight side to side. There is collision. And Zezin now losing pieces of his front wing due to the collision between Giant Stick and Ghislaine Maxwell. That is definitely something to review. Zezin, honestly, probably minor wing damage. Hard to tell. Because really all you ever see is, you know, the end plate coming off. But there's a little bit of a difference, or it's hard to tell between maybe like end plate damage, which is minimal. It's a barely different shade of green, to where there's a couple of shades of green between actual very, you know, tangible damage and what is minimal damage. P2 now has a chance to finish within 10 seconds of Zezin. Oh, that is some Zezin glaze. That's crazy. He needed less drag. Hey, he was on 0-0. Now he's on negative 0.50. He will be even faster. I mean, he is keeping up very well with a Giant Stick up ahead of him, with Turbo Chicken continuing to gain time on Sparkashira behind him. I mean, Zezin with even less downforce will have even more top speed. As he's already exited much better than Giant Stick, maybe. Yeah, he just has more top speed. It's not even close. He's just going to accelerate past him. He's going to get this DRS, and it's going to be one of the easiest moves of his life, as he's already coming up ahead of him before he's really let DRS have any sort of an effect, as he's reaching 337 kilometers an hour. Absurd speed. Now ahead, now into P3. It's almost like this wing damage has not affected him in any single way. He doesn't care. If anything, this is good for him. Dustin, no. So, you know, I haven't had a chance to take a peek into your race, Dustin, just because this race has been so electric, so, you know, electrifying. What's the other word? Polarizing up until now. Good to know that you at least made it longer than I did. 19 laps. Oh man. Hey, but happy to see you in here now. You get to enjoy some of this racing on Spa, not that Vegas garbage. So the grid has shaken up a little bit. Berkey seems to have been caught up and hasn't really made up enough ground. Probably due to his tires, maybe, as he is on hards. He's just pitted again recently. Yeah, he has just pitted 4 hards, a bit early for him. Maybe trying to make him last the entire way. Yeah, it's actually not that bad. This is about right for a one stop, actually. So, yep, we'll be finishing on those hard tires. Now, the question is, does Turbo Chicken pit soon to get a little bit of an undercut on a giant stake behind him? As too late now, because Sparkashira, Zezin, and Ghislaine Maxwell have come into the pits. Very likely switching onto hards. So we see, yes, he is switching onto hards. Ashira is on hards, and Zezin repairing that front wing, and going onto hards as well. You're in the top 4 of the entire race? That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Yeah, I am also a little surprised that he, maybe he just, I don't know. Is this another confidence thing? He's just that confident in his own speed that he's like, you know what? I'll take the disqualified from the session. White Z, what are we doing, pal? Well, he is out. He is donezo. Are we seeing a safety car? I think we are. I'm trying to look for the boards. We have a safety car. What annoys me is I hope, I would think that virtual. I saw SC. Let's see. Let's try to get a board on here. It is a VSC. There are plenty of drive-through penalties. Spark Hashira, one of them. What? Come on, man. That is unfortunate. That is very nearly race ruining. Zezin not garnering any sort of a penalty, as he is, dude. I mean, the top speed is insane. He catches up to people so aggressively on the high speed sections of the track. So Turbo Chicken very well ahead of a giant stick. I think he still has yet to pit. Or no, he's definitely pitted by now, has he not? Yes. No, the top 3 have not pitted yet. So Spark Ashira, Ghislaine Maxwell, Zezin, EV, and Bully Caesar with a little bit of an undercut, but how much can it really gain them, especially when they are so far back of him? D-Mummy coming up on Zezin, gaining a lot of ground on him, but can he get a good exit out of the chicane? That will be crucial to staying very close to Zezin, as Zezin just has such a high top speed in comparison to everybody else. Ghislaine Maxwell now in 2nd place, as he has not pit, but D-Mummy is in 4th. How is D-Mummy in 4th? I swear he was just near the bottom. It's because he was on the hards. So he will need to pit later on in this race. So let's see. So Turbo Chicken has now pitted for hards. Berkey now in 10th. Should be good to race for the rest of this, finish out the race on those hards. So it'll come down to his lap times. So where has Zezin? Zezin is now in 3rd. Giant Stick in 6th after his pit. EV will have a penalty. Is that drive-through or is that is drive-through? So Bully Caesar, Big Baby, and EV with a drive-through. Primitive now retiring from the session. I don't see his car anywhere, but I do see what seems to be a safety car coming out. Yep, it looks to be a safety car. Very unfortunate for everybody who has just pitted. See, like Turbo Chicken has just pitted. He could have gained so much time had he waited. But there's no way to tell. There's no way to know what will happen in the future. So he's definitely going to feel a little hard done by with the timing of the safety car. But you just got to do with what you get. Make do with what I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. Make do with what you have. Make the best of a bad situation. There we go. It only took me a second. Dementia is really taking a hold of my already very slow brain. Good for early stops, can stay out and not have to do as many laps on stint. You know what? That's also very true. And as far as Zezin, I didn't get your disqualification, right? No, I don't understand what happened. So what did happen? Did you... It said you were parked in a dangerous location, which, I mean, sounds like you didn't get terminal damage. So you know, enlighten me. What did happen there, White Z? I am curious to know. Let me cook. Zezen, focus on your race, pal. Get out of here. Worry about your race. This safety car, I mean, I won't say definitely helped you. It didn't really look like you needed the help, as you've been really hunting quite impressively to, you know, to be objective. But yeah, so looking at the grid at the moment, we have the Mummy in ninth. He did choose to pit during this, yep, during this safety car. Very smart to do. Smiley face in 12th. So the Berkey now back up in 7th. You spun out, was letting everybody pass so I didn't get a dangerous entry. Then I was beached, wouldn't let me reverse. That is unfortunate. Yeah, I saw that, Zezen. We saw that. That was unfortunate to see. A little bit of hard racing, a little bit of hard battling in front of you, and, well, you got a little bit of the rough end of the stick there. So, unfortunate, but, you know, I mean, hey, you're in third with what's going to be essentially brand new hards, racing against others with brand new hards. So, what happened to Primitive? See, I was hoping maybe you had some insight on that, because I don't know either. We didn't really see what happened to Primitive. He just retired from the session immediately. So, I don't know. We didn't get a good look at it. No balls, 3-stop. Zezen, you've heard him. No balls, 3-stop. Are you fast enough? That is the question. We may see another lap of safety car. I don't know. They think he crashed. He left as soon as safety car came. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just, you know, there's a lack of context. You know, we don't know if he lost control on his own, spun out, you know, a little bit of a over push, or if maybe he was forced off track, that kind of thing. Was it a, you know, 2-car incident, or was it a single car incident? But hey, maybe later on we can find out from somebody. But as far as, you know, Sparkashira is probably the hardest. Oh, we see a pit. he has balls. You know, we can't say he doesn't. So he is making that stop, like we like we talked him up to. We're about to find out if maybe, as Elite Ninja has left the session, maybe internet connections, internet problems, but maybe we will find out if Zezen is a little too overconfident here, a little bit of arrogance clouding his judgment. You know, not to compare him to the Chosen One, the prophetic son of the Force, Anakin Skywalker, but a little bit of that. You know, maybe arrogance will be his downfall. So Turbo Chicken in first. You'll be happy with a podium at this point, brother. You were in podium before you let us not even know, egg you into a 3-stopper. I mean, come on, man. At some point, you know. See, it's a conundrum. It's a conundrum, you know. So it's like, oh, if I don't do it, then they'll say I don't have balls. But if I don't do it, I have balls to not care what they think. You know, it's one of those things. Elite Ninja has rejoined. Good to see you, man. Welcome back. Berkey now in 6th. So, you know, Berkey and Sparkashira falling down pretty hard from the, what was the top of the field. Allowing Turbo Chicken and Ghislaine Maxwell and a giant stick. Even Bullius Caesar, who still, does he not still have that drive-through to serve? He can't serve it under safety cars, so he's going to drop like a rock immediately. Same thing with EV. They will have to serve that drive-through, you know, within, what is it, 2 laps? 2 laps of the safety car ending. So, what would they even switch to? They're already on the hards, and I'm pretty sure they were on medium. So what do they switch to? This is very, very, not even unfortunate. This just sucks. This sucks booty cheeks for Bullius and, who was the other one? EV. Well, EV is on the mediums, so maybe he can, I don't know. They're kind of stuck in between a rock and another rock. So, will the safety car be coming in this lap? I'm beginning to be a little bored of this safety car just rounding us round and round very slowly. across Spa. I think we will be resuming racing very soon. No, another lap. Yet another lap. Could you call a rock and a hard a hard place? Nah. I'm pretty confident the saying is between a rock and a rock. You know, why would it be a rock and a hard place? That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. You know, is a rock not a hard place? But you know, I digress. Um, mm, I don't know. There's only so much to really go over under safety car. So you know what? How are you guys doing? Yeah, I kind of don't really care. So in other words, I had Taco Bell earlier, dude. Holy, it was pretty good. I love the Supreme Chicken Chalupas. They're pretty good. They're a little bit fried, which you know, it's fine. Um, tastes good. Not very healthy, but why not? There's tomatoes. That's a fruit vegetable thing to kind of balance out the friedness of the chalupa. So I get what's it called? I don't even know what it's called. The two chicken chalupa supreme box or something. I don't know, because it also comes with a hard taco. Let me tell you, as a Mexican, you know, I all my life I've seen other Mexicans go, Taco Bell's not real Mexican food. I don't like it. I won't eat it. It's not Mexican. It's disrespectful. It's a disgrace. You know what I think? I don't give a fucking shit. It's fast food. It doesn't matter what it is. Does it taste good? Is it unhealthy as shit? Is it kind of greasy? Yeah, and yes. So I'll eat it anyways. I don't fucking care. I mean, it used to be a lot cheaper than it is now, so you know, whatever. Um, but you know, I like Taco Bell. I wouldn't say it's like super good. It's not high quality food, but hey, it tastes kind of all right. So I will say though, hard shell tacos. Oh my god, Des, shut up, brother. There's a safety car. What do you want me to talk about?
Oh, Turbo Chicken, really good at swerving side to side to warm up his tires. Oh my god, you can really feel the temperature increase.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna fucking do that shit, alright? But yeah, safety car will be in. Thank fuck, finally. But I will say Taco Bell pretty good. I wouldn't say it's overrated. I wouldn't say it's underrated. It's just kind of whatever it is. Everybody knows what they're expecting with Taco Bell. Positions changed. Let us take a quick look. So Bully Caesar up 6, but he will have to start that drive-through. Will be very penalizing for him, as it looks like Bully Caesar did also lose grip coming out of the restart of the safety car. Turbo Chicken locking up a little bit. Berkey now immediately overtaking Bullius Caesar, making his way up now into 5th place. Giant Stick keeping it very close to Ghislaine Maxwell up ahead. D Mummy gaining time as Berkey passes yet another car coming out of Eau Rouge, gaining a lot of time, but he will hold on. He will hold on just enough. D Mummy now overtaking the natural. Where is Zezen? Zezen is in a 14th with a lot of time yet to make up. Giant Stick keeping it very close to Ghislaine. Ghislaine keeping it very close to Turbo Chicken. Top 3 in their own little pack, as you know, they continue to fight with what is seven laps remaining in this race. You know, these hards are really not gonna feel much degradation. Well, they've been out for quite a while, but should be very substantial amounts of grip up until the end of the race. EV now ahead of the Smiley Face, as the Smiley Face continues to drop, as well as the Natural continuing to fall. Zezen now very close behind the Natural, looking to make a move. He has made a move. Can he get ahead of Mr. Smiley Face? He will be going through a very high-speed section of the track where he has a strong advantage to what appears to be the rest of the grid. Nobody has really been able to challenge his straight line speed, and he is ahead. He is now officially ahead. DRS now being re-enabled as he maybe makes 2 moves in 1 turn. Now in 10th. Oh my god. Somebody going wide behind him. It's his Haas teammate, Chronico. He has now made up. Who cares even how many positions now? He's moving up the field effortlessly. He is now in ninth place. Everybody else kind of falling out of real attack range of the person ahead of them, except for Mr. Smiley Face. Hello, Mr. Smiley Face. He is immediately behind the natural and will be getting the DRS, as it looks like he has a better Eau Rouge than the natural. Can he, with the help of DRS, he just does not have enough battery. Deuces Oos is now leaving the session. Maybe disconnected? Game crash? Game frozen? Something like that? Two Williams at once. Yeah, I mean, dude, he cut up super quickly. Insane. Insane. Um, let's see. Ooh, Berkey now. Very close within striking distance of a giant stick up ahead. There will be no more DRS through this part of the track. Ooh, he has run wide. Has he lost much time? No, really only missing out on a tenth. But he has a good amount of battery saved up in comparison to a giant stick. Over, 10-ish percent, 10 to 15% more than Giant Stick ahead of him. Giant Stick did recently get a race win. He said his first ever race win. And so, hoping that that is a sign of things to come. Right now, in third place, within 2 seconds of the race leader. Old tires plus understeer, Wake coming in. Very likely, as a Giant Stick is pushing ahead of the Berkey. Or no, the Berkey pushing ahead of the Giant Stick, my bad. They are fighting side by side through the chicane, a little bit of contact. Berkey now ahead, forcing his way through ahead of a Giant Stick. Giant Stick, maybe more battery, better exit out of the chicane. Not quite. Are they going side by side? Nope. Giant Stick kind of conceding the position for now. Fastest lap by Zezen. I know people in front of him are terrified. They are nervous to see him coming. Sparkashir is now in 7th place, gaining time on D-Mummy up ahead. Giant Stick, can he? I mean, it should be a pretty simple move as Berkey is out of battery and will, have DRS. Yep, very easy, simple overtake. So what Berkey maybe should be doing now is just sticking with him and conserving that battery to then make a move later on. There is no real point in continuing to use up your battery and run out of battery because that leaves you defenseless and without much of ability to strike as positions are changing. They're flip-flopping near the back of the field every second. Every time I look away, there is somebody moving ahead of somebody else. It is crazy to know that there is still fighting going on across the entire grid, except for maybe Mikey Tony, as he is 13 seconds behind, second to last at the moment. Spark lost 4. Jesus, Spark. As soon as I look away, you're gaining time, you're gaining positions, you're making good on your current situation. I look away, and you bin it. You lose it. Sparkashira, come on, man. I believe in you. That is not bias coming in from you paying me money. It is really just, yeah, it's a little bit of bias, but at least I admit it. We now have D-Mummy closing in on Pickle Tickle. Back on a straight, he goes from P7 to P10. That is insane. He has to have lost some sort of control. Maybe, I don't know. I know Hashira has been kind of unlucky in past races, as we see Elite Ninja making a move, maybe on Smiley Face. Not quite. Can he get a better exit, though? No. He just will not be making his move on Smiley Face. So we have 3 cars very close together. Zezen, D-Mummy, and Pickle Tickle. We can see his straight line mismatch in action here. He will have that DRS, and as soon as the DRS opens, he may just take off like a rocket as he's gaining significant distance on Pickle Tickle. Will he keep firm? Yes, he will keep firm on that inside, take claim of the apex, and has now moved ahead of Pickle Tickle. He is now chasing D-Mummy. He has made his way up into 6th. I find it very likely. I mean, there's still so much left of the track as D-Mummy losing out on some speed, going very wide into that turn. I mean, Zezen, look at the acceleration difference. Faking it inside, trying to destabilize D-Mummy, make him feel nervous, make him feel his presence. I mean, just look at this speed difference. He just gains so much speed through every single straight. It's not even the corners. It's not the corners. It's just immediately on exit. He just has so much higher acceleration and top speed. As we see somebody spinning out, it looks to be maybe Deuces. No, not Deuces. Mikey Tony? No. Stag GT?
Whoever's the, I think it was Mustang GT, whatever. But yeah, Zezin now in 5th, already a second ahead of Zezin through a singular straight. I mean, dude, he's just gaining time. He is a rocket right now on these hard tires. Yeah, he has the freshest tires. This may be its strong advantage to him. He's gonna have the freshest tires heading into the last. What is it? Four laps of the race. Yes, he is starting his 4th lap of the race. Um, really, kind of the only one really pushing for any sort of position shift across the entire grid. Maybe Smiley Face 5/10ths behind Elite Ninja can make a move soon, as it looks like he may actually. He will be coming in through Eau Rouge and then into that DRS sector. Pickle Tickle closing in on D Mummy as well. Here is that DRS. Will it be enough? It seems to be more than enough, as he has now made his way in. Ooh, not a good entry. Did not make the position stick. Elite Ninja, hard-nosed defense right there. Pickle Tickle, kind of slipping out of striking distance. Zezin already within 5/10ths of Giant Stick behind him. I mean, the tire difference here has to be significant. You know, aside from just his what happened to EV? What did happen to EV? Guys, I look away for like a second. I look away and focus on one thing for too long, and there's just something happening in the background. That means Zezin. I mean, just the acceleration out of turns. He's preserving so much speed and then accelerating so much faster than everybody else in front of him. It's like he doesn't even have to really do much other than just drive fast. That is essentially what he is doing. He is vibing and driving fast. Now, within a second of the Berkey, he will have. I mean, he has the fresher tires. He has a higher top line speed. He's gonna have the DRS. I mean, is there anything Berkey can do? Is there anything Berkey can do to defend Zezin behind him? There are now 3 laps. Can Zezin make up more and more time on the race leader? Turbo Chicken and Ghislaine, 2.5 behind him. Maybe not enough for Zezin to overtake in this turn, but he has caught up very, very quickly to the Berkey. He is bringing a Giant Stick with him. I mean, you can just see the speed difference there. But yes, he's kind of dragging a Giant Stick along with him. If Giant Stick can kind of stick close, he can continue to benefit and maybe make up time on the Berkey as the Berkey and Zezin continue to fight. I mean, Zezin's already pushing extremely hard, maybe too hard, maybe a little too aggressive. Just needs to pick the right time. Doesn't have to force it on every single opportunity. But I do very much predict an overtake to happen in this last very high speed, not exactly straight, but pretty straight section of the track, as he's maintaining less than 2/10. He's a 10th within the Berkey. And on this exit, he is just faster. He is simply faster. Not much fighting occurring anywhere else. Maybe Pickle Tickle and D Mummy, but not much really going on there. Berkey trying to stay within Zezin right now with the help of some DRS. Really what it's going to come down to is on those straight sections that aren't DRS. You know, like here, does he have enough battery to kind of keep up with Zezin? He does not. I mean, just the difference in takeoff is insane. Well, he is kind of sticking with him, kind of gaining time. With the help of DRS coming up, he can definitely not overtake, maybe, but definitely kind of get close. Or maybe he can. Not sending it, but he has gained a lot of time. I mean, it's going to come down to those straight sections that are not DRS zones, because we've seen Zezin just have so much more speed, as he is now within a second, almost within a second of Ghislaine Maxwell up ahead of him. Can he has a lap and a half left. He can definitely fight Ghislaine and maybe get ahead of Ghislaine, but can he catch up enough to Turbo Chicken up ahead? Turbo Chicken's job right now is to push as hard as he can. I mean, push it as hard as he can within reason. to create as much of a buffer in the clean air to Ghislaine Maxwell as he possibly can. Zezin poking his nose everywhere he can. Smiley face ahead of Elite Ninja. I mean, it's around this turn. It's around this turn that we see Zezin just gain so much time on the people up ahead of him. But not really the case here, as Ghislaine kind of holding strong up ahead of him. Ooh. Move being made into the tight chicane. Not the best angles from this cinematic camera. And Zezin really pushing. He's making his move onto the outside. Late braking. A lot of locking up. No position gained. No position gained. Yeah, Dustin, you're right in time because this, Zezin, we egged on into doing a three-stopper. He very well could be. Yep, he's getting ahead. He has the advantage of DRS here. He is getting ahead. There is nothing Ghislaine Maxwell can do but just watch him go on by. As, like I said, Berkey tagging along with Zezin to overtake Ghislaine as well. Double overtake on Ghislaine. He is not happy. Fighting so hard with Zezin that the Berkey had every opportunity to force his way ahead of him as well. Definitely does not look like Zezin will have enough time to make up those 3 and some seconds on Turbo Chicken. So what we will be seeing very likely is Turbo Chicken winning a race for the Racing Bulls. Berkey, though, will be very happy to continue to extend the points of the Sauber team in the Constructors, inheriting the lead from the Gold Killer duo, and making do, not making do, but doing very well to live up to the legacy he inherited. But here, rounding through the very last sector, we shall see Turbo Chicken winning here at Spa, the PTRL Week 7 race, first place. Racing Bulls extending his lead in the Drivers' Championship with newcomer Zezin crossing second and, gating his first points of this season. Ghislaine losing out on podium to the Berkey. Giant Stick in 5th, Pickle Tickle in 6th, D-Mummy in 7th, Natural in 8th, Big Baby, depending on this penalty, will drop. Sparkashira may be sneaking into points. He is in 9th. Yes, he has finished in 9th. Sparkashira will be getting points at the very least. Chronico, not quite in points. Big Baby in 10th, getting the singular point for this race. You might have killed Hashira, but it wasn't my fault entirely. If you have killed my sugar daddy, I will be very mad. You netcode tapped into him. If it's an internet thing, I mean, it is what it is, maybe. But very interesting and tight fights throughout the course of this race. Had the front of the field been a little more boring, there were plenty of battles going on in the back. So, I'm sorry to you guys who were battling it out, fighting for their lives midfield and below. But the lead battles were very interesting, very exciting, electrifying, polarizing to watch. But yeah, we see a win by Turbo Chicken. Zezin, unfortunately, no matter how strong the arrogance was, has to be driver of the day. But you know what? Fuck him. This is my show. I do what I want. Let's give it to D-Mummy. D-Mummy, driver of the day in the McLaren. Starting in 16th, making his way up into 7th place. Because, I mean, what other candidates do we have? Sparkashira, driver of the day, 1st to 9th. Nah, I'm just kidding, man. No. It's okay, man. I believe in you, pal. Yeah, I mean, it looks like we have to give it to D-Mummy. D-Mummy, 16th to 7th. A million positions gained. It is, I love it, man. Amazing. You know what? I've seen D-Mummy in more of my streams than I've seen Zezin. So, you know what? Benefit of the doubt goes to D-Mummy. D-Mummy, driver of the day. Bro's biased. Look, all I'm saying is, I'm no big fan of egos, of arrogance. You know, he talked the talk and he walked the walk. Doesn't mean I have to like it. You know, you got to give him kudos. You know, great job, great race. But did he cost himself a race win by allowing us to feed into his ego and telling him to do a three stopper for the fuck of it? Yeah, and you know what, Shawarma, you know what? I don't even have to respond. But hey, congrats to Turbo Chicken extending his lead in the driver championship. Um, Very exciting race here at Spa. I hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed. Did he do something cooler than a win? No. He showed that he can be very easily manipulated by the people. Not very strong minded, if you ask me. Bro's gonna get demonetized. I'm not even demonetized. I am a man of the people. I have talked about this. I could have gotten Twitch affiliate after my third stream, but you know what I saw? As soon as I was filling out the forms, I was like, hey, this doesn't feel right. There has to be a catch. If I became an affiliate and started making money on my streams, I would have to. I would be required to by Twitch to play ads before my streams or in the middle of my streams. And I said, fuck that. I hate ads. You shall not see ads if you are watching my stream. So there will be no ads. I don't care. I can wait. That can wait. I'm making enough money for my job as it is to make the meager sense that I'd make from Twitch. So don't talk down to me about being demonetized. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Twitch, suck my fat one. Anyways, um, so you know, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Send me $100 Cash App to prove. What kind of fucking bum uses Cash App, brother? You have to be from like you have to be from like Pakistan, bro. You have to be from like Ethiopia or something to be using Cash App. I use Venmo like a true American. Anyways, oh Zelle. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Zelle. Okay, that's fair. Anyways, if you're done begging, I need to end this stream. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Very exciting race here at Spa. Overall very clean, which I'm always very happy to see. I've been the Fridge Gamer, La Fridge Gamer, and you guys have been awesome, chatting it up. You know, in the case of Shawarma, just yapping away. You know, talking to the wall, talking to anything that lives and breathes. Maybe even talking to dead things, just because they can't run away. They're dead. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know I enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so very much.